And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Welcome back to a new video, and I could not resist making this one while driving on the highway down the coast in Southern California. That I got the news, and I got the news from all 7,642 of you that have been commenting, messaging me, and even emailing me, which thank you very much for doing it, because it's been a crazy business day as it is. But letting me know that Kuniskis is back. Even one of you were kind enough to write me and say, you were right, he didn't retire, he was pushed out because he's coming back. And I was like, nah, it seems like a long shot to me still that would happen, but it happened. So here he is, he's back, and he is going to be running Ram Trucks Division, which is great because they've got the engines still, they've got the ICE going on at that brand as well, and they've got some of the electric stuff coming, but they've still got a lot of the motors and the Hemis and stuff, so it makes a lot of sense. It also makes sense that they wouldn't bring him back to Dodge, at least at this point, because McAleer's not a bad CEO. I don't think anybody has any issues with him. He was a guy that was climbing the corporate ladder. He's solid, probably the best choice they could have picked at the time to replace a guy as iconic as Tim Kuniskis. But I do believe that Tim and Matt McAleer will absolutely have a great synergy, a great working relationship together, and I think it's a great mixture to have in the US for sure. Chris Huell's still going to be running Chrysler as well as Alfa Romeo, and based on the amount of cars that Chrysler will have to sell this next year, my 18-year-old daughter could run Chrysler right now because they don't have any cars, but nonetheless, she's going to be running that and Alfa Romeo, which is interesting, but I don't care. I mean, if these two, if McAleer and Kuniskis just join forces and start driving the rest of that company in the right direction, then I think we're going to be in better shape. Now, question is what happens now, or what actually happened? Well, I think the story kind of tells itself that Tavares was running out the best people, and there had to have been, which we all suspected, did videos about, that Kuniskis had finally said to Tavares, I can't be part of the destruction of this company. I still believe that was what was happening, to the extent that Tavares likely said, well, then I accept your resignation if you can't get behind me. And we ended up with that announcement that he's going to retire. Isn't it interesting in corporate life how people retire, and retire in the rest of our lives means you're going to go home and plant tomatoes in your backyard, and then suddenly in a corporate world, it means, no, you're giving a story because you likely got paid and have a contract to play it cool, and you want to keep your door open because retirement's not that much fun. And I'll tell you, in this case, that's exactly what has happened. I told you this before. So many of you agreed with me. TK knew it too, that Kuniskis was not, he might have been down, but he was not out. And I do believe, while some of you have beat up on him in the comment section, thinking that he was responsible for a lot of the crap that took place, he was not high enough on the food chain, and he was getting paid well. I still believe he is likely, and will for sure go down in history as one of the greatest Dodge brand CEOs to ever live. I mean, he was amazing, and he brought so much to that brand, and I have no doubt in my mind that he will bring that to the Ram trucks. But let's talk about and have influence over Dodge. I mean, he ran Dodge for so long that you better believe McAleer is going to say, hey, what do you think about this idea? What do you think about that idea? So this is going to be good all the way around. But how in the hell could they get Tim back, considering that he got ran out on a rail because he was not going to play the, destroy the company with these EVs thing dance and keep selling Hornets and be responsible for that whole mess? What happened? Well, I'm just going to speculate what happened. And having lived in the corporate world and watched so many big bosses transition over the years, that I believe that as soon as Tavares was out, these guys went back and looking at the list of people and destruction and they were probably looking at it for a while, but definitely looked at it and said, look, who did we lose that had the greatest level of influence on our American brands? And I don't think there's anyone else they could have come up with other than Tim Kuniskis that could give them the kick in the pants they need, at least to get all of us to turn our head listening and start listening to what they're going to start saying. And Tim, let me just say this, I don't think Tim would come back if they were going to continue down the road of destruction. I think the only way they got Tim back is on Tim's terms, meaning Tim said, yeah, you know, you're going to pay me. Yeah, absolutely. But we're also going to stop the stupidity, and we're going to get back to some normalcy. That's fine. Have your EVs. There's a place for those. But I believe that he is absolutely committed to coming back to this company only if they come back to sanity. And they had to have made some promises. Elkin had to make some promises to him that, okay, we will, and we need to, because there's no way we're going to be profitable with this EV direction we've been on. And we need to get some of these gas cars to market. We need to get these trucks to market. We need to stop all the issues happening in America right now with the production quality issues. We need to stop with the mass cuts. We need to get somebody back that actually can rally everybody together, even from the Ram truck brand. And here we are with Tim. So I think the only way Tim would have agreed to come back, and mind you, I'm speaking from limited experience, but more experience than some, because I spent a solid hour with that man, one-on-one, on the phone, talking about cars, talking about brand. And while an hour doesn't give me, you know, authority here, I'm a good judge of character, and that dude absolutely loves the brand. He loves Dodge, Ram for sure. And I think that, I don't know about y'all, I'm a little giddy here to have Tim back. If for anything, then just to have finally have a car guy, not that McAleer's not, but have a real car guy, and the guy that shepherded us through so many amazing vehicles for so many years, that was there when I fell in love with this brand, back with some influence and some leverage that I believe Stellantis is going to definitely listen to him, because they had to go back and, quote, pull him out of retirement to get him to come back. And they had to convince him that certain things would take place and things would get better, and they would not continue with the continuous burning of this company. So with that, everybody, let me know what you think in the comments below. I think this is good news. It's rapid good news, which means there is massive sense of urgency existing in the corporate hallways of Stellantis that we need to get good people back. So you may see some others return to the company as well. For sure, some have been saved. I think we'll still see, like I shared in one of my other videos, some go away that were part of the Tavares destruction program. And we should see this company start showing us some signs of life. Does that mean we're going to have Hellcats again? I don't see that happening for a while. But you know what? I got to be honest with you. I was one of the guys that thought, nah, Tim's fried. Tim is not coming back. Stellantis is too far off the grid with this electric stuff that there's just nothing they could do to get him back. And I was surprised, despite TK calling this out weeks ago. Go check out his channel. But I think it's a good day. I think it's a great day. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, and I will keep you up to date on all the future developments as this continues, because it's going to get exciting. And I think we've got a interesting and hopefully good year ahead with some return to sanity. See you all in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.
Just hoping you could recommend someone for the job.
I guess I could come out of retirement.